If you're trying to decide whether you should go to a PWI law school or an HBCU law school, you're in the right spot. I'm going to tell you about my experiences at an HBCU law school, which had me in the same room as Barack Obama. I worked for a federal judge in the nation's capital, and I got the coveted Advocacy Award from a local multi-million-dollar law firm. Watch to the end to find out how. So you may be deciding where you should go to law school, and there's been a lot of talk about hashtag my HBCU. Our Madam Vice President, Kamala Harris, went to an HBCU, and she's now the Vice President of the United States of America. And so the topic comes up about whether an HBCU can prepare you as well as a non-HBCU. And I say yes. I may be a little biased, but I had experiences with a PWI in undergrad, and I went to an HBCU for law school. So I do have a comparison to be able to tell you whether I got better experiences from each one. I would say hands down that my experiences at HBCU gave me opportunities that I probably wouldn't have had if I went to a PWI. So let's talk about what the difference is and why you should consider HBCU for law school. So I went to UDC Law School, the University of District of Columbia Law School, which is an HBCU. And also it's one of the few land-grant colleges in the United States of America. And my experiences there were different from my undergrad experiences, but I would say that they were very enriching. From the professors I had to the connections I had from just attending the school, by far, I feel like my education wasn't just in the classroom, it extended past the classroom to my connections and the people I stay in touch with today. I'm going to say there's some misconceptions about HBCU. We'll talk about them. Sometimes people feel like you get an inferior education. Some people feel like it's only filled with Black people. Some people feel like that doesn't prepare you for the real world. I've seen all that. I'm going to address that. But I'm going to start with the fact that I thought that HBCUs meant that the school is basically Black, all Black people. But that's not the case. And I appreciated the diversity that I had in not only my class, but in the school in general. So there were Black people, of course, but then there were also people of other cultures. And we were able to see how the differences are and see what the similarities were as well. And I feel like it shaped me into a better person. And hopefully the other people were shaped into better people as well, because they got to appreciate other cultures. Okay, at my law school, of course, we had different organizations that you can join. If you watch my other video about what you can do when you get to law school and the different activities to kind of enrich your experiences, I participated in the Black Law Students Association, called BALSA. But there were also other organizations like Pi Alpha Delta. We had the Asian Pacific Students Association. And I appreciated we had all different kind of organizations. And a lot of them were centered on enriching the lives of the underserved communities. UDC is a school that is focused on public interest. They basically groom us to be able to get legal education and go and help those who would not normally have access to it. And so I'm very passionate about helping people. And there are definitely underserved communities that are of all cultures. And so UDC prepared us for that. So we had professors who were also very passionate about helping the underserved community and in turn helping the students become successful lawyers. And so I actually had a professor who worked for a federal judge in DC. And if you watch my How to Get a Judicial Clerkship video, then you know about making networking connections so that you can get jobs or internships while you're in law school or after law school. And so as a result of me being a teaching assistant for one of my professors, my contract professors, I was able to actually intern for a federal judge in the District of Columbia. And this is a coveted position. I mean, there are only a handful of positions available. And the issues that they deal with in the District of Columbia, the federal court, are different from what they deal with in the state court. And so I think that I got invaluable experience that I may not have otherwise had the opportunity to have. Another benefit from attending an HBCU was that we had a clinical program at the school. And it's basically ranked in the top tier of the nation as far as clinical programs are concerned. If you checked out my video about law school clinics, they prepared us about how to lawyer before we even got out into the real world. And as a result of my work in the community development clinic, I was one of the people that was awarded one of the coveted Advocacy Awards from one of the local multi-million-dollar law firms. and they gave us a scholarship and a nice little plaque that's on the wall in the back there. But they recognize our work to help the underserved communities. And that was their way of saying, okay, pro bono work is important to help others. And had I not gone to this particular school, I probably wouldn't have had access to that kind of connections. As a Black student, I found it empowering to see other people that look like me and to see alumni who went on to be successful attorneys after they graduated from law school. And so I would say that if you're a Black student seeking to go to a HBCU, it gives you a sense of empowerment to know that you may be the first in your family to be a lawyer, but you are not going to be the last. You're paving the way for others. And you can be successful because you see other people that look like you doing the same thing. And I think at minimum, that was very helpful to me because law school is very challenging. I'm not going to lie. And to have other people who are in it with you, who look like you, helped push you along. Like, we're going to get to the finish line. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I had a chance to be in the same room as Barack Obama. And this is actually the start of my law school career. When I first started law school in 2008, this is when Barack Obama was a senator from Illinois. And he had a speaking event downtown DC. And because we had some connections, because we were HBCU University, we got coveted tickets to see Senator Barack Obama speak. And it's the same way he speaks now. He's very eloquent. And we got a chance to shake his hand after his speech. And little did I know that 3-4 months later, he would be making history as the first Black president of the United States of America. And so that was one of my highlights of my starting my law school career in the nation's capital, being able to see history being made. There are many options to go to law school. Hopefully you consider one that's best for you. I would say that my HBCU law school prepared me for law school and beyond. I'm a successful attorney. I've been practicing for, I believe, 10 years this year. And so I'm excited about it. And hopefully give due consideration to whether you should attend a PWI or HBCU. Do what's right for you.